అది అప్లికేషన్ కదా సార్. సర్వీస్ కదా! వన్ ఆఫ్ ద సర్వీసెస్ కదా!
Right, right. One of the services. Look at here. If you want to search the services, you can click here directly. Okay, like that you can able to see all the services here. Okay, if you click on business applications, it will show the business applications. If you click on compute, it will show the compute related services. Like that here, EC2 is a virtual servers in the cloud. This is virtual servers in the cloud. This is very important. We need this EC2 instance only to do anything. Okay, so this is virtual server which we are going to dealing now. Okay, and like that we have so many services like database, developer tools, end user computing, and then internet of things like IoT, like this. So many things, so many services are there. But as of now, we don't require anything. We require only EC2 instance. Okay. But what I'm going to do is now I'm going to launch the instance. Look at here. If you want to launch the instance or EC2 instance, you need to go directly like this. So go to compute and then click on EC2 instance. Okay. One second. So now you need to click here launch instance. Okay. So in the launch instance, if you click on launch instance, what it will do means it will show you all the things. Like we have so many things like Amazon Linux and Mac OS, SUSE Linux and Ubuntu server, Microsoft Windows server, like this. Okay, we have so many instances. One second. Hello, Rishi. 237849. Huh? అవునా అరే సరే సరే ఆహా, సరే సరే అయితే ఏం కాలే మా అప్డేట్ చేసి పెట్టేస్తే సరిపో సరే రిషి ఓకే నేను మళ్ళీ ఫోన్ చేస్తా okay sorry guys look at here we have so many instances like this different types of instances like Microsoft and then Linux, SUSE Linux, Red Hat Linux, Ubuntu, and then Windows servers and then Amazon Linux, like that. Okay, so let's take Amazon Linux. Okay, now we will take Amazon Linux. Just select this one and then here this is the type of the instance. Okay, like type of the instance in the sense is AWS Amazon web services, they have configured like this. Okay, they have designed like this, how which type of instance we need to choose, like that. Okay, see here they have given like family wise, like T2 family, T3 family, T3A family, T4 family, C4 family, C5 family, C5D, like that. Okay, GI, like that. Okay, and M family, and then R family, and then Z family. Okay, and U family also is there. Okay, so like that they have designed the family, and then they have configured, they have given the name as type also, like T2 means nano, micro, and then small, medium, large, large, X large, nano, micro, small, medium, large, X large, 2X large, like that they have given. Okay, so in each and every family they have these type of instances like nano, micro, small, medium, large, X large, 2X large, like that. Okay, and then this is CPUs, virtual CPUs. How many virtual CPUs are there for each and every family and type? See, for example, nano means 1, and then medium means 2, X large means 4, 2X large means 8. Again, nano means 2, and then micro means 2, like that. Okay, like that they have segregated like this. Okay, see, C5 dot metal is 96 CPU, 96 CPUs are there. Okay, and then this is memory, that is, this is nothing but RAM size. Okay, T2 micro is 1 GB RAM, T2 small is 2, T2 medium is 4, T2 large is 8, X large is 16, and 2X large is 32 GB RAM. Okay, and then this is also varying as per the family, and then as per the type also. Instance type, instance family, instance type, instance virtual CPUs, instance memory, like that. Here also this is storage. Storage is nothing but elastic block storage. Here they have given elastic block storage. Okay, anyways we will see this elastic block storage also, but as of now it will take minimum 8 GB of storage. This EBS is nothing but hard disk. Okay, hard disk. This is a RAM and this is normal ROM hard disk, and this is EBS optimized available, and these are all the things which are related to other options, but don't go too much, just ignore these things. Okay, and then you need to select free tier eligible here. Okay, just select it and then click on configure instance details, and here don't do anything here, just number of instances observe here, only it should be one, and then click on add storage. Okay, and here you can able to see the add instance, sorry, add storage. So here you can able to add the extra storage also, but don't do any extra storages like that. Why? Because you will get billings on this. Okay, so that's why leave it as default 8 GB, and then click on add tags. Tags is nothing but the name of the instance, whatever it may be. If you want to name as Linux, means you can give Linux instance like that, or else depending upon the what's that, in the real time they used to provide the instances by naming of the application or naming of the environment. Okay, for example, like if it is development environment, they will place as a dev server or UAT server, production server like that. Okay, or else if it is application servers, means they used to place like a WebLogic server, WebSPA server, or web servers like that, they used to tagging these things. Okay, or else they will naming the servers as per their applications. Okay, applications in the sense is for example, let's say any API that is using to using for connecting from one module to another module, means they will naming as a API server like that. Okay, so here I am just naming as a Linux. Tags are important. Okay, and then here security group, yesterday I have explained clearly regarding this, and then I have created middleware here. So just I'm going to select an existing security group. Yesterday I was created like this, create a new security group, and I have created middleware security group, and then I have explained clearly that what is middleware type, protocol, port range, and everything. Please go through the yesterday video, and then select an existing group. So yesterday I have created middleware, so that I'm selecting this middleware as a security group. Okay, so security group is nothing but it's a one type of firewall rules that control the traffic for your instance. I have clearly explained yesterday also, please go through that video. And then next, review and launch. So here this is reviewing, and then click on launch it. Here we need to select the key pair also. Yesterday I have explained this one also. Key pair is nothing but it's a type of password, or it's a type of bank locker, right? It's a type of bank locker.
Yes.
Like that I have explained clearly yesterday also, so go through that video also. So here I have created middleware yesterday, so select that middleware, and then look at here, launch instance is in the disable format here, until unless you check this box. So if you check this box, simply click on launch instance. Now look at here, the instance is going to be launched here. Okay, let it be, it will take some time for 2 to 3 minutes. Meanwhile, I want to explain the regions of the AWS services like this. Yesterday at this point only we got power issue. Okay, let us see what is this regions and everything. That is nothing but it was actually provided by the AWS only. Like look at here how AWS was designed as per the region basis. Okay, AWS geographic locations or regions. If you go through the AWS Amazon.com only, here only you will get to see the regions like this. Okay, look at here, it is showing like this. This means Oregon, and this is AWS Government Cloud US West, and this is Northern California like that. And in this blue color is already existing regions, and orange color is coming soon. Like that in India it is Mumbai already there, and then now very soon it's Hyderabad is coming soon, very soon. Okay, like that. So in India we have Mumbai, and then Hyderabad is coming soon, and then here UAE is coming soon, and then Bahrain is already there, and then in Australia Sydney is there, and then Melbourne coming soon, and here in the Tokyo already there, and then Osaka already there, and then Seoul is already there, and then Beijing already there, and then here Enjingsia is already there, and then Singapore, no, Hong Kong, and here Singapore, I think Jakarta, and then Singapore. Okay, like that they have the so many regions are there. Okay, in each and every region around the globe, in each and every region they have their own centers, data centers like this. Okay, US East, North Virginia, Ohio, North California, Oregon, Africa, Cape Town, Asia Pacific, Hong Kong, Jakarta, Mumbai, Osaka, Seoul, Singapore, Sydney, Tokyo, Central, like that. Okay, so South America is Sao Paulo, and then it is Middle East, Bahrain, like that. Okay, so this is very important region. In which region you are creating the instances, that is very important. So after creating the account in AWS, you need to check out the you need to cross verify about the regions here. Okay, what is meant by Mumbai region, what is meant by Singapore region, like that, but stick to any one region. For example, now I am sticking to Mumbai region, so whatever it may be, I am going to create instances or any other services, whatever I am creating in the Mumbai region, I am going to terminate or delete at the end of my session. Okay, so please make sure that you need to delete everything to avoid the unnecessary bills or unwanted bills. Okay, so anyways, here we have created instance now. Okay, this instance is Linux, and then it is 2x2 check paused. Now how can we connect to this instance? Just select this instance and then click on connect. Okay, so we have two things. How to connect an instance means by using the SSH terminal called PuTTY terminal. Okay, so here to connect to the PuTTY terminal, we require one key pair. Okay, so already we have selected the key pair called middleware, right? Middleware.pem. Look at here, middleware.pem is there. Okay,
Yes.
but PEM key pair will not support to the Linux instance. Okay, for that you need to generate PPK file, that means PuTTY private key. Okay, for that you need to do one thing is you need to download the PuTTY from Google. Okay, so you need to download PuTTY from Google. PuTTY download. Okay, so how to download PuTTY means simple. Download PuTTY from putty.org only. So open this website, and then you can download PuTTY here. You can able to see this one, and then simply click here. Okay, so after this simply click here, PuTTY 64-bit. This is PuTTY 64-bit installer.msi is there. Okay, so if you click here, it will download automatically. So look at here, I am just clicking here, so it will download now. Look at here, start download. I am just starting the download. It was downloaded. Okay, if I go to open folder, and then it was downloaded. This is since this is simply a msi1, so you need to just double click, and then you need to install. 1 second guys, 1 second, assuming this video recording. Okay, right. So after installing this, downloading this, you can install directly. Okay, so anyways, I have installed this one already, so that's why I have PuTTY here. For you guys, how it is going to be do means, see, after installing simply this is a exe file, so simply you can do that one. Okay, and then after installing, just type here, search for PuTTY, PuTTY, PuTTY. Okay, like this you will get PuTTY and then PuTTYgen like this. Okay, so ఇలా PuTTY వచ్చినప్పుడు మీరు ఏం చేస్తారంటే జస్ట్ రైట్ క్లిక్ ఇలా ఇచ్చేసి ఇక్కడ పిన్ టు టాస్క్ బార్ అని ఉంటుంది మీకు. నేను ఆల్రెడీ ఇక్కడ టాస్క్ బార్లో ఉంది. నేను ఏం చేస్తాను అంటే అన్పిన్ ఫ్రమ్ టాస్క్ బార్ చేస్తాను. చూడండి, ఇప్పుడు టాస్క్ బార్లో లేదు. మీరు ఏం చేస్తారంటే టాస్క్ బార్లో పెట్టుకోండి, ఎందుకంటే మనం ఎక్కువ యూజ్ చేస్తాం కాబట్టి మీరు టాస్క్ బార్లో పెట్టుకోవాలి కాబట్టి చెప్తాను. జస్ట్ ఇక్కడ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసేసిన తర్వాత మీరు ఇక్కడ PuTTY అని చెప్పి టైప్ చేయండి. So that it is displaying like this PuTTY application. Right click here and then pin to taskbar. Okay, click on pin to taskbar, so that it will come shortcut to the taskbar. Okay, and one more thing, same here PuTTY here. Now we need the key, right? We need the key to connect to the instance. Look at here, middleware.pem is not supporting to connect to the Linux instance by PuTTY. Okay, but we can able to connect to the instance by git bash shell. Okay, but don't use that git bash shell right now. Why? Because that shell is not required here. I will tell you later that one also. Okay, but as of now you need to know how to generate ppk file. That is important. Okay, observe carefully and follow the video later also when you are doing practice and everything. This is very important. Okay, so after installing the PuTTY, after pin to taskbar, you need to type again here PuTTY. Okay, so that you can able to see PuTTYgen here. Okay, simply just click on here, left click only, so you will get this file, PuTTY key generator. Okay, putty key generator. Here don't click on generate. Okay, don't click on generate, just click on load. Why? Because we have already middleware.pem. Okay, load an existing private key file. So this middleware.pem is our existing private key file. Okay, this is called load existing private key file. So that's why you need to click on load now. Okay, so after click on the load, you need to browse for that key. Okay, look at here, now I'm in downloads only. Okay, that middleware.pem is also here only, but here it is not showing. Why? Because here it is searching for .ppk only. Okay, that's why it is not showing anything. That's why here you need to just drop down and then select all files. Okay, then you can able to see the middleware.pem file here. Okay, select this pem file and then click on open. Okay, look at here, successfully imported foreign key private key. To use this key with putty, you need to use the save private key command to save it putty's own format. So simply click on OK and then save private key. Okay, you need to save the private key. After click on this save private key, are you sure you want to save this key without a passphrase to protect it? Simply click on yes. Okay, then you need to save that key with middleware dot middleware.ppk. Okay, don't forget to give the extension of .ppk. Okay, so click on save, then simply this close it. Okay, that is how you can able to generate the .ppk file by using the middleware.pem file. Okay, right. So follow the video, so you'll get clear idea about this, how to generate a ppk file, how to create ppk file by using pem key file. Okay, now go to instances. Okay, see, now here we require, what are all the things we require to connect to the instance? We require mainly IP address, right? So just copy the IP address, public IPv4 address copied, then go to putty, and then you need to provide here the IP address here. Okay, just select it and then control V. So this is the IP address, public IP address here. Okay, see 3.6.126.223. Then you need to go to SSH and then authentication. Here browse, click on browse and then select middleware.ppk which we have created. Okay, middleware.ppk, click on open. See, now we have selected this middleware.ppk and then simply click on open. Okay, right. So now just click on accept. Now you can able to log into the instance by using EC2 user. Why log into the EC2 user only means, I'll show you EC2 minus user. Okay, why we need to log in EC2 user only means, that is the default user which was created or given by AWS services to the users. అంటే మనలాంటి వాళ్ళ కోసం మనం లైనక్స్ అనేది క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడు మనకి డిఫాల్ట్ యూజర్ ఏది ఇస్తుందంటే EC2 యూజర్ అనేది ఇస్తుందన్నమాట. ఓకేనా, సో హియర్ ఇఫ్ యూ టైప్ ఐడి మీన్స్ it is normal user only. Okay, so now you need to move into the root. So usually what we have done so far in the VMware, I have created the mission and then I have connected that to that mission by using putty, but by using root user ID and then password, right? But here it is not asking for password because here, one second please. Hello. Yes, yes. Right, right, that's right. Yeah, sure, sure, no problem. So tomorrow at 12:30, right? Yes, yes, you can please. Actually, I was away from my hometown due to some having some festivals, due to some local festival. So by evening 5:30, I will finish that one. Yep, sure. So anyways, look at here. So we have connected to the instance now. Just to change the settings, go to change settings and then click on appearance and then click on change. So that here you can able to click on bold and then click on 20 so that you can able to see the screen with the large font size will be large, right? Okay. So now you need to enter into the root command. So for that sudo bash like this. Okay. So now if you type id means this is root. Okay. So this is very important in which id you are. To find out that id means in the sense is user id. Who is the user? By which user you have
Excuse
logged in?
me, sir.
By which user you have been logged in. That's what we can able to check by id. Okay, right. So how we have connected means by using this public ip address and then with this to putty. Okay, so I think you have cleared the procedure. So with this instance we have the middleware.pem key pair is there. Okay, so in the downloads we have middleware.pem key pair is there. By using this pem key pair only we have created ppk file and then with this ppk file we have logged into the instance. Okay, please go through the video when you are doing practice so that you will get understand clearly. Okay, so now we will do some practice.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Vinila.
ఆ, మీకు ఒక కాల్ వచ్చింది. ఆ కాల్ అటెండ్ చేయరా సార్? అది మేము అడిగారు ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ విత్ డెవలప్మెంట్ సైడ్ అంట.
Hello, hello. Yes, yes, speaking. Okay, yes, Anna. Right.
హ్మ్.
ఓకే. సో మనం ఇప్పుడు మెయిన్ ఈసీ టు ఇన్స్టెన్స్ అనేది చూడండి. మనకి అమెజాన్ వెబ్ సర్వీసెస్లో మనకి ఈసీ టు ఇన్స్టెన్స్ అనేది ఇట్లుంటుంది అనమాట. ఓకేనా, దిస్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ వర్చువల్ సర్వర్. ఓకే, సో రియల్ టైంలో కూడా మనకి ఇట్లే వర్చువల్ సర్వర్స్ అనేవి ఉంటాయి, 24/7 రన్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి అనమాట. కాకపోతే ఏమంటే డిపెండింగ్ అపాన్ ద వాట్స్ దట్ షేప్ ఆఫ్ ద బిజినెస్ ఆర్ డిపెండింగ్ అపాన్ ద రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ఇన్ ద బిజినెస్ things are business requirements, they use to keep running or they use to shut down the services. Like for example, now in India eastern countries, this is daytime, right? So now the services, all the services should be running for only eastern countries like India or else something like this. Now western is in the night time, right? So during the night time they will shut down the services which are routing towards the western countries. So during the night time of Indian timings or eastern countries, at that time they will shut down the services and then they will start up the services which are providing services to the western countries. Okay, this is how they are minimizing or cost cutting by providing the services to eastern and western countries like that. Okay, this is completely pay as you go model in the AWS services. Like మనం ఇప్పుడు ఏదైనా ఒకవేళ మనమే కంపెనీ పెట్టుకున్నాం అనుకోండి, మన సర్వీసెస్ కొనుక్కోవాలా, మనమే సర్వీసెస్ చేసుకోవాలా, మనమే ల్యాప్టాప్స్ సిస్టమ్స్ సర్వర్స్ అన్నీ పెట్టుకోవాలా, ఇట్స్ అవర్ బర్డెన్ అనమాట. ఓకేనా, కానీ ఇక్కడ అట్లా కాదు, మనం సర్వీసెస్ కావాలనుకున్నప్పుడు యూస్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, లేదన్నప్పుడు వదిలేసుకోవచ్చు. సో దిస్ ఈజ్ దట్ కంప్లీట్లీ పే యాజ్ యూ గో మోడల్ అనమాట. మనం ఓన్గా పెట్టుకున్నప్పుడు బిజినెస్ లాస్ అయిందనుకోండి, మనం సర్వర్స్ని తగ్గించుకోలేము, కాస్ట్ కటింగ్ చేయలేము. కానీ ఇక్కడ అలా కాదు, ఆన్లైన్లో మన సర్వీసెస్ కొనుక్కోవడం వల్ల అంటే ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ అన్ని మెయింటైన్ చేయడం వల్ల ఇన్ కేస్ మన బిజినెస్ రన్ అవ్వలేదు అనుకోండి, వీ కెన్ ఏబుల్ టు విత్ డ్రా అవర్ సర్వీసెస్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ సో దట్ వీ కెన్ మినిమైజ్ ద కాస్ట్ కటింగ్. Right? That is the major reason nowadays all the companies around the globe are choosing cloud portal or cloud services. Not only from AWS, from Google Cloud provider or Microsoft Azure or Alibaba Cloud, like that. We have so many different cloud services providing over the globe. So almost all companies are choosing infrastructure from cloud services only. Okay, because they want to do some cost cutting in the project implementation and everything. Okay, so like that. So this is an instance. Now how we are creating the instance means by using AWS services. Okay, so this is nothing but one type of instance like that. In the similar way we have in the VMware also we have created instance, right, by using the image. In the same way here also we have created the things. Okay, now look at here the commands which already you know, right? నేను మీకు ఆల్రెడీ కొన్ని కమాండ్స్ చెప్పినాను. దాంట్లో cd కమాండ్ అయిపోయింది. ఓకే, ll కమాండ్ అయిపోయింది, అండ్ దెన్ ls-l కమాండ్ అయిపోయింది, అండ్ దెన్
-CF,
cf అయిపోయింది, అండ్ దెన్
PS -CF by
రైట్ ps-cf పైప్ grep అయిపోయింది, అండ్
grep.
దెన్
ES minus EF by WC minus L.
Right, right. WC minus L కూడా అయిపోయింది. So this is used to
Kill,
find
kill
the
command.
right. This is used to kill command also. Kill minus 9 and then process ID name here. And then we have completed top command also. So in that how to check the swap space. Okay. This one also completed, right? How to check swap space, right?
Yes.
And then what else we have done? And then load average also we have completed, right? In the same in the top command only we can able to see the load average with the three values, right? One is first minute, and second one is last 2 minutes, and then third one is last 5 minutes, like that.
Yes, yes.
Right. So these are the commands we have completed now. Okay. And then one more thing, mkdir also completed. That is the make directory.
Folders click.
Right. So how to create the folders. Now I just entered control C. Why? Because I don't want to enter that. If we enter that one means we will get error. Okay. Right. So now let us see what I'm going to do is see, look at here. Here also we can able to do that command top. See this top command I have used in the in our VMware instance, right? So look at here. Here also I'm using the top command. Here nothing is there. Load average is 0, 0.0, something, and CPU is also 0 here. If you want to increase the CPU means what is the command? Already we have seen that command in the last class, right? Login as ec2 minus user. Okay, right. So look at here, sudo bash. So what is that? Yes space greater than slash dev slash null, right?
Yes,
This is the command is used to increase the CPU, right?
yes,
Now
yes.
I'll change the settings here color. Why? Because so that you can understand where we are now. Look at here. Now here in the white screen background, this is the duplicate session I have taken. Okay. మీకు తెలిసి ఆల్రెడీ మనం ఎంతమంది అయినా యూజర్స్ కనెక్ట్ అవ్వచ్చు లైనక్స్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్ అట్ ఎ టైం లైక్ దట్. దీనికి కూడా ఎంతమంది అయినా కనెక్ట్ అవ్వచ్చు. ఇప్పుడు ఈ పిఎంకి మీ దగ్గర ఉన్నింది అనుకోండి, మీరు కూడా కనెక్ట్ అవ్వచ్చు ఇది. ఓకేనా? సో ఈ పిఎంకి మీ దగ్గర లేదు కాబట్టి మీరు కనెక్ట్ అవ్వలేరు. ఎనీవేస్ బట్ ఉంటే మాత్రం మీరు కూడా అక్కడ నుంచి కనెక్ట్ అవ్వచ్చు మీ ఊరు నుంచినే. Okay, that's how. Okay, here I'm going to increase the CPU now. Look at here, s greater than slash dev slash null I'm using. Press enter. See now CPU is going to be increased here. Look at here, 79.3 it is showing now. 99.7. Okay, load average also increased now. Look at here, load average also. Before, just before we have 0.000 only. Now it's 0.15, 0.22 like that. So this is how we can able to increase the load. This is for just purpose only, just for testing purpose only. Now we can see how to kill that PID and then how to get normal of that one. So for that ps minus ef we can do that, or else you can do simply top also. You can use top command also, so that you will come to know what is the CPU here and which PID that is using for that particular CPU thing. So here 3471 is the PID. So for that you need to simply kill that 3471. Kill minus 9 3471.
347.
Right. Press enter. Now use the command called top. Look at here. Now the CPU is getting normal, and then load average also will become normal. This is last 1 minute, this is last 2 minutes, and this is last 5 minutes. Now look at here. Carefully observe. It's going to be become normal only. Okay, like that.
Sir, for real time also we can use this command.
Yes, for real time also you need to use. You need to use compulsory. Okay.
No, no, I am saying that for increasing the CPU, sudo bash is
Uh,
there, no? Can
uh,
we use that?
what is that? Yes, this one, right? Yes, greater than
Sudo
this.
bash.
No, no, you are using sudo bash. Sudo bash is okay. That is, you need to switch to the root. Which command you are telling, Vanilla?
వాట్ షీస్ బ్రో తను ఏం చెప్తుందంటే మనకి ఇప్పుడు CPU ఇక్కడ పెరుగుతుంది కదా!
అప్పుడు కిల్
ఇలా
చేసేదా?
పెంచేది మనము రియల్ టైమ్‌లో కూడా పెంచుతామా అని చెప్పేసి అడుగుతున్నాను.
రియల్ టైంలో మనం పెంచాం. నెవర్ డూ దట్ వన్. నేను నిన్న క్లాస్ చెప్పినాను, మీరు చూడలేదు కదా వీడియో. మీరు ఈ CPU పెంచే కమాండ్ని మీరు పొరపాటున కూడా రియల్ టైంలో యూజ్ చేయొద్దండి. ఓకే, దిస్ కమాండ్ డోంట్ యూజ్ ఇన్ ద రియల్ టైం. వై? బికాజ్ రియల్ టైంలో దీంట్లో ఆల్రెడీ మనకు అప్లికేషన్స్ ఉంటాయి, అప్లికేషన్స్ రన్ అవుతూ ఉంటాయి. కాబట్టి CPU అనేది ఆటోమేటిక్గా పెరుగుతూ పోతుంది అనమాట. ఓకేనా? రియల్ టైంలో ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇప్పుడు నా సిస్టమ్ ఉంది, నా ల్యాప్టాప్, నా సిస్టమ్ ఉంది, కంప్యూటర్ సిస్టమ్. ఇప్పుడు దీంట్లో మీరు పర్ఫార్మెన్స్లోకి వస్తే చూడండి, CPU అనేది పెరుగుతూ ఉందన్నమాట లైక్ దిస్. నేను ఇప్పుడు సిపియూ పెంచినాను అనుకోండి, నాకే కదా ప్రాబ్లం ఇది. అంటే నేను ఇప్పుడు లైవ్లో యూస్ చేసుకుంటాను నా సిస్టమ్ ఇది. నేను ఇప్పుడు కావాలని చెప్పి సిపియూ పెంచినాను అనుకోండి, నేను మిమ్మల్ని కనెక్ట్ అవ్వలేను కదా, మీతో డిస్కస్ చేయలేను, ఎందుకంటే సిస్టమ్ హ్యాంగ్ అయిపోతుంది. లైక్ దట్ రియల్ టైంలో కానీ మీరు పొరపాటున అది ఇంక్రీజ్ చేసినారనుకోండి, ఇట్ విల్ ఎఫెక్ట్ ఇన్ టు ద అప్లికేషన్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్.
ఓకే.
అప్పుడు కంపల్సరీ సర్వర్ క్రాష్ అయిపోతుంది, కంపల్సరీ ఇట్ విల్ బి గెట్ ఇన్ టు ఏ ప్రాబ్లమ్. సో డోంట్ యూస్ దిస్ కమాండ్ ఇన్ ద రియల్ టైమ్. దిస్ ఈజ్ ఓన్లీ ఫర్ జస్ట్ టెస్టింగ్ పర్పస్. అంటే సిపియూ అనేది ఎలా ఉంటుంది అని చూపించే దానికోసం ఇది యూస్ చేసి